Zion Williamsons' return to the court was just about perfect. Charlotte the machine gun clicks of the baseline paparazzi sounded like the typewriter clacking of the 1950s newsroom. It pierced the collect on-hand home a tomahawk dunk, eliciting such a visceral spontaneous reaction in the arena that fans of rival North Carolina were caught cheering for him. That kickstarted a night that doubled as a reminder highlight montage of all Zion's diverse skills, snatching one-handed rebounds above the rim, dunking a total of 5 times, and wreaking havoc on the defensive end with his deft feet, quick hands, and boundless verve. It was a perfect Williamsons' return transcends spiked television ratings and Duke's increased chances at winning the NCAA title. There must be some. Zion reminded us of his greatest quality, delivering energy and joy to the fans, teammates and, really, a sport that desperately needs it. After Duke slumped to a 3-3 record in Williamsons' absence from his right knee sprain, Zion cramped the trigger fingers of the baseline photographers Tuesday. In Thea, amid the fervor of Duke with Zion's return, Syracuse played admirably without leading scorer Tyus Battle, who missed the ACC tournament with a hip bruise. He's expected back. Orange senior point guard Frank Howard led Syracuse with 28 points but found himself embroiled in a classic modern viral controversy, ASA. There's minor controversies aside, there will surely be some water cooler high fives tomorrow at NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis. Zion is his strong showing and Duke's relatively comfortable win is good news for the Blue Devils, who need a good showing here to secure a NCAA tournament number 1 seed. Williamson did show some lingering conditioning effects from his absence, which is to be expected. That could have contributed. Duke plays historic rival North Carolina in the semi-final nightcap here on Friday, a game that will be a ratings boon and scalpers' dream. It will also it irked some of the Tar Heels that those victories emphatic 16 and 9-point wins were viewed as having an asterisk without Williamson playing. As the Blue Devils weren't exactly running out a ragtag SEO team without Zion. They have 3 other still, Zion showed why he's the carbonation that makes the whole roster fizz. There's so much about. With Syracuse hanging around midway through the second half, Williamson tipped out an offensive rebound that led to a Duke trip to the free throw line. It was just one of. Williamson is the surefire number 1 pick in the NBA draft. There's still a bit of. Zion has already entered the one-named nomenclature of pop culture, like Bull, Madonna, or Kobe. And Thursday night, perhaps the best way to sum up the feeling he elicits the dominant buzz after his epic performance was giddy anticipation of the next one. That'll be Friday. Related slideshow. Best of the college basketball season provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.